We will now determine the number of students who have enrolled in the subject chemistry, and we can determine this using the given information as well as by representing the given information using the Venn diagram. We can determine the number of students who have enrolled in chemistry subject. So there are about 100 students who have enrolled in any of the three subjects, that is algebra, chemistry, and physics. So first, let's understand this Venn diagram. So here we have to construct three circles, each for the subject. That is, this the first circle represents the algebra, and the second circle or the right circle represents the subject chemistry, and the circle at the bottom, this circle represents the subject physics. So let's use this information and fill up this Venn diagram. And once we fill this Venn diagram, we can determine this number of students who have taken the subject chemistry. So first, let's consider this information. That is the number of students who have taken or enrolled in the subject algebra, chemistry, and physics is 22. So we put this information in this area. That is, this is the region. I consider this region. So this region represents the number of students who have enrolled in all the three subjects. So we have to put this information over here. Now let's consider the other information, that is the students who have taken algebra and chemistry is 34. And this is represented by this region, as I'm shading it over here in green color. So this is the region which represents the students who have enrolled in algebra and chemistry, and this is given as 34. Since we have already accounted 22 who have also taken algebra and chemistry, we have to subtract the 22 from 34. So we do this 34 minus 22, and this gives 12. So we put this 12 over here. So this is the region which represents, that is, this is the region which represents who have taken only algebra and chemistry. That is, when you add these two numbers, 12 plus 22, we get 34. Now let's consider the other information. That is, the number of students who have taken algebra and physics is 37. So let's understand this in Venn diagram. This is the region algebra and physics, which I'm showing up in blue color. So this is the region, and the number of students who have taken is 37. Since we have already accounted 22 students who have taken algebra and physics, we have to subtract 22 from 37. So when we do that, we get 15. So I'm going to put 15 over here. That is, when we add these two numbers, 15 plus 22, we get 37, which satisfies this information. Now let's move on to the next one. We have the number of students, chemistry and physics. It is 36, and chemistry and physics is represented by this region. That is the one which I'm showing up in red color. And since already 22 students we have taken into account, so we have to subtract 36 minus 22, or we subtract the 22 from 36, and this gives 14. So I put this number 14. This is the number of students who have taken physics and chemistry only. However, when you add these two numbers, that is 22 and 14, which is 32, which gives the number of students who have taken chemistry and physics. Now let's consider the other information. The number of students who have taken only algebra, or it is in fact algebra, is 68. So in the Venn diagram, it is represented by this the complete circle. That is a complete circle for algebra. So here we have to account for 68. But since we already have accounted this 12 plus 22 plus 15, we'll first add these numbers. That is, we have to add this 12 plus 22 plus 52 plus 52. And we say that let x be the number of students who have taken only algebra, and plus x, and this equals 68. So this represents the number of students who have taken the algebra subject. So we can solve for x from this equation. Actually, it is not 52. This is 15. I'm going to put 15 here. So 12 plus 22 is 34 plus 15 plus x, and this equals 68. So let's solve for x from this equation. 34 plus 15 is 49. So we get 49 plus x equals 68. So from this we can determine x, which is 68 minus 49, and this gives x equals 19. So I'm going to put or replace x by 19 over here. So this is the number of students who have taken only algebra. Now let's determine the number of students who have taken only physics using this information. That is, the number of students who have taken physics is 65. And this means if we say this quantity as y, let's say this is y who have taken, where y represents the number of students who have taken only physics. So we can set up the equation. That is, we have to add these numbers. That is 15. We have to add this 15 plus 22 plus, that is the all the numbers inside the physics circle, plus y, let's say y, and this equals 65. So we can solve for y from this equation. So let me add up these three numbers. 15 plus 22 is 37 plus 14 plus y, and this equals 65, and this is 51 plus y equals 65. Therefore, we find y equals 65 minus 51, and this equals 14. So we can put 14 in this place. That is, we replace y by 14, and this gives the number of students who have taken only physics. Now, using this information, we can determine the number of students who have taken only chemistry. Let's say this is represented by z. I'm just going to put z. So when we add up all the numbers including the z, we should get 100. So that's the equation that we are going to set up so that we can determine z. So let me add up all the numbers. We have 2 times of 14. So I'm going to put 14 plus 14 plus, we then have this 15, 12, 19. So we have 15, 12, 19, and we also have 22. That's the final number, and plus the z, and this equals 100. So using this, we can determine z. So let's do that. So when we add all these numbers, we get 96. And this 96 plus z, this equals 100. So which gives us the value of z equals 100 minus 96, which is 4. So we found z, which basically represents the number of students who have taken only chemistry. So I'm going to put 4 over here. But we have to determine the number of students who have taken chemistry. It's not just only chemistry. We have to determine all the students who have taken chemistry. And this means we have to add up all the numbers inside the chemistry circle. So the numbers that we have inside the chemistry circle is 12 plus 4. We have 12 plus 4. We have taken 12 plus 4, and then 22 and 14. So we have to add these two. That is 22 plus 14. 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 22 plus 14. 16 plus 40 is 30, and 30 plus 22, and this equals 52. So we have found out that the number of students who have taken the chemistry subject is 52. This is the number of students who have enrolled for chemistry. And this means answer choice D is correct.